via the process of studying and via the process of the Spirit, the Lord is going to have it to where what He wants to be said is going to come out here. Okay? In fact, when the Lord said within the book of Mark, the 13th chapter, when this man was going to come down, He said, take no thought of what you're going to say, man. Because what you're going to say is going to be in the Spirit. I'm going to put it within your mind to say particular things. And I perceive the Lord's going to have it to where you're going to be, we're going to be saying things that what? That cut Esau. I think I just got stung there, man. All kind of bugs. It wasn't like this last time. Okay, I gotta protect my neck. Alright, so it says, what the fuck is going on here?
This was a year or two back. I was in the
Okay. Okay, let's carry on. So it says here, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of this prophecy which I'll put into thy mouth. So that's what we're supposed to be doing right now. Okay? That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be having it to where this word goes out there. Okay, that's the instruction. Okay, that's what you're supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, it ain't a thing of chilling out, relaxing, of which that's cool. You know, sometimes you can chill out, but most of the time it's supposed to be into what's important, which is the pushing of the word of the Lord. Okay? And cause them to be written within the paper for their faithful and true. Okay, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee. Okay, and I believe that word incredulity, okay, it means unbelief. Okay, so you got a bunch of unbelievers out here. The Lord said, don't worry about these faithless dudes, man. Okay, going into the book of 1 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 6-9, what did it say? Okay, it says, something to the effect of no, ye not like no whoremonger was going to enter into the kingdom, no adultery, no idolatry, but also too the effeminate. And when you go into the word effeminate, it means the unbeliever, man. Okay, so the unbelieving was going to die in their unbelief. Okay, see, if you got it to where you got these signs coming out here and you got a whole bunch of dudes, they don't want to believe in this thing, they was going to die in that unbelief. Here it is, you might be scratching your head thinking, how is it Jake just can't get it? Well, it don't matter. They might come out here and scoff. The Lord said, don't worry about the incredulity of them what does it say? Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity, the unbelief of them trouble thee, man. Don't let the unbelief of these dudes trouble you, okay? Because they was gonna come out here saying all kind of craziness against the word of the Lord because they don't believe. But see, we believe, and that's the important thing. It's not that whether Tom, your uncle, your auntie, your favorite auntie, it's not that whether they believe, okay, it's rather that do you believe? Because when it goes on to, when it comes down to it, okay, the ones that believe, okay, that's when the Most High was going to have it to where the mercy was going to be bestowed. Okay, the scripture says that what? The scripture says pretty much, okay, that through your faith, okay, your ability to believe in the doctrine, okay, you was gonna believe. You okay there, mate?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah. Okay. I'm listening. That's all.
I'll tell you what I'm getting into. Well, pretty much within the Bible, there's a thing called prophecy, right? So prophecy is to say something before it happens. This is what I'm doing here. So you see the things that are happening between Russia and America.
Yeah.
That's written about within the Bible, although it be in a way that was difficult to decode. But that's written about within the Bible.
Is this the lion's head, the bear's body, and the eagle's wings?
Well, yes and no, because really that was talking about all different nations. Because I think it was a lion's head. I think that was the last one.
Yeah.
But that's within the book of Daniel. Okay. But that was talking about would you say the lion's head?
The bear's body.
The bear's body.
The eagle's wings.
The eagle's wings. So I have to, that's slipping me right now exactly the exact breakdown. But pretty much when you're going through history, you had the Assyrians.
Yeah.
The Babylonians came after the Assyrians. Yeah. And after the Assyrians, you had the Medo-Persians.
Yeah.
The Medo-Persians were taken down by the Greeks. And then the Greeks later came back as what? As the Americans. It's the same people. So roughly, because I haven't gone through that breakdown. I don't want to say something on camera and someone put a comment
Get
there.
that.
I got you. But pretty much that's, if I remember correctly, that's what that was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's just that whole image. And there was another image, okay, which was the arms of brass. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
The head of gold. The head of gold was Babylon because it was splendid, like gold is splendid. Okay, but silver is a bit stronger than gold, right?
Yeah.
So the Medo-Persians that came after the Assyrians, rather, that came after the Babylonians, okay, they was what? They were stronger, but they had less splendor. And when you get out to the iron, okay, which is the Romans, the Greco-Roman Empire, they was just strong. Okay, military, they was conquering all over the place, but the splendor was gone. Now, ultimately, that image was destroyed by what? By a great millstone. Okay, now that great millstone represents the people that's on the sign here, really the Lord. Okay, within the scriptures there's a person that you know about, Jesus and so on and so forth, and Jesus was going to save his people. Now, I'm going to ask you, who do you think Jesus' people is? I mean, I'm pretty sure you've heard about Jesus, but who do you think his people are? That's not true. No. His people, when he was born in where? In Judea, right? Bethlehem, right? So who was his people? Who's Rooney's people? The place where he was born, right? So Rooney doesn't play for Turkey. He plays for England. I mean, I don't know too much about soccer, as you can tell.
Hey, listen, you've got it. Hey,
all right, okay.
I'm going to have to go, brother.
All right, you take care.
Interesting.
All right,
really.
man, you take care. Okay? Right, so pretty much, when you go into the scriptures, the Lord was born for his people. Okay, he came to have mercy upon his people. Now, I do apologize. My mind escapes me right now. I'll have to go back into that breakdown within the book of Daniel. Lord's will, I can get into it. I got some time off in a couple of weeks. I can, get into that breakdown and try to remember it properly. And then next time, should someone come back up, I'll be more prepared. But really, if I remember correctly, I believe we was talking about the different kingdoms that he was gonna have. Okay, going back onto the Assyrians, was it the Babylonians, the Assyrians? Was it the Assyrians? No, the Assyrians, the Babylonians. Okay, of which I believe the Apostle Elder Tahar said that those were pretty much cousins, but they took down one took down the other, and then the Babylonians were taken down by what? The Medo-Persians. Okay, and the Medo-Persians, okay, was taken down by what? By Alexander the Great, who was a Greek. Okay, all right. Now that was represented within the image. Okay, with the Nebu statue that they call it, and that Nebu statue was destroyed by who? That was destroyed by that great millstone. Okay, which was Yahweh Shai. Okay, which is the Lord, and ultimately this word going out there, this is destroying the image. Okay, the image that's being created, this different kingdoms that you had, which is really we're in Esau's kingdom right now. The Lord is going to destroy this kingdom, man. I remember what was said after. This is I remember the scripture now. This is the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter. I remember it because I remember how it ends. Okay, within the book of Daniel, the 44th chapter, where it talks about and this shall be the kingdom where we're in the Most High shall set up, and it shall be a kingdom where the Most High, or something to the effect of, the Most High shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, it shall never be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces all of these other kingdoms that have stood before it. Okay? And it's never going to be inhabited by any other people other than the 12 tribes of Israel, because when you check out the scriptures, what did the scriptures say about the 12 tribes of Israel when they get the new covenant? Okay, it says that they was going to have the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord upon them, so they was going to always be doing righteousness, man. Okay, they was always going to be doing right. And when you check out how Jake operates when they're always doing right, okay, you find out when they're always doing right, the Most High ain't got no problem with it, man. In fact, the Most High blesses with them. Okay, check out Judas Maccabees, King David. When those ancient men went to war, okay. They didn't come back with no scratches. Why would they come back with any scratches? Okay? They didn't come back with no scratches. Okay? They went out to war and came back, every man was all right. Okay, because the Spirit of the Lord was with them because they was doing righteousness. Now, when they, certain individuals started getting deified, because when you go out there into war, okay, and you're coming back after 100, you go to a battle, 20 battles, and you come back and you never had a scratch upon you, man, people are going to start thinking that you're the Most High. So you had, systems in play where the Most High might have it to where that person would have lived a righteous life, and they would have, they might have died in battle, which is really a glorious death. Okay, so that what? So because the scripture says that the Most High is a jealous power, you will have it to where the hearts of the people will start thinking if a man, lives all his life and just dies some natural death, okay, up in age or something like that, okay, never done, doing any, they'll start thinking that he's a God. You know how fickle the 12 tribes of Israel are, man. Okay, these are people that they go out there into the churches, okay, and they really believe that this guy that calls himself Pastor Bacon, okay, or Bishop Bacon and Pastor Porkchop is really teaching them something, okay? Because this is the people that follows. They are people naturally, okay. They are attracted to what? Okay, a person that can speak a certain kind of way. Okay, they attract to a certain individual that has a certain allure about them. That's why the Most High said he was going to confound the wise by what? By the offscar, man. Because when you check out the vast majority of the prophets the Lord set up now, ain't no two, you might have one or two eloquent, speaking individuals, but for the most part, you're just gonna have just some, just like I am, kind of rough, you miss words here and there, and you ain't been brought up all your life to speak, okay? You ain't that's the typical, if someone was to sketch out a prophet and how he was speaking, that this ain't gonna be it. Okay, but you see, this is how the Most High was going to do it, so that he wasn't going to be, so that it's his word that was going to be magnified, not people, okay, not anybody, but rather the word of the Lord, okay? It's continuing back within the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, and the 3rd verse, it says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee, that speak against thee, okay, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." And that's a quote from the that could be linked up within the book of 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse. Okay, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminates. Okay, so the effeminate are what? The ones that lack a belief in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Most I ain't dealing with a dude that's like, look, I don't really know if you exist, Lord, but could you bless me when I go out there into the job? The Most High likes a believer, man. And when you really check out the test, the ultimate test, pursuant to this scripture here, Revelations 2 and 25, it's really a test of belief. And I can attest to that, man. Because when you get really put to the test, man, that's when you really start questioning yourselves and what you believe in. And the more you grow in faith, the more you believe. To the end that what? Brother's gonna be doing all kind of miracles, if in the latter time, Lord's will, the Lord gives the power. But that's what the Most High prophesied, how that he was going to be cleansing the lepers, he's going to be cleansing certain elements, okay? But that takes a high level of belief. And that's what the Lord was saying, was unto Peter or Paul? No, Paul came after the Lord was on the scene, so it had to be unto Peter, okay? So what did the Lord say unto Peter? He said, Peter, man, you was lacking faith. Because Peter wasn't wanting to walk on the water, but he was doubt. Okay, but see, in the times that we're living in right now, see, the faith is going to be, the guys that make it through the test, which is the test of how much do you really believe. Okay, because you can be, hey, when you got a full stomach, you're driving around in the Bentley with a few fine honeys calling up on you, okay, you might have a few children over here, a few children over there, and you can take care of all of them, man, your belief is weak. Okay, or it could be weak because you ain't gone through the particular tests to go through that. See, Job was set up as an example, but the Most High took away everything from Job, save one wife. He took away his kids. Okay, which you made me pick between my woman and my kids. You know my kids is gonna win, but the Most High took those kids, man. Okay, he killed them. Okay, he took away all of his riches, and the man was still faithful. So he was put to the ultimate test as an example, and really it was the ultimate test because he was righteous. Now check it out. We ain't no man on earth can call themselves righteous, man. Okay, ain't no man on earth can call themselves righteous. The scripture says our righteousness is as filthy rags. Doth not the scripture say that Jacob was the Israelites were laden with iniquity? You know what You know what laden means? It means when you got some mashed potatoes and you got some roast beef, okay, and you put the gravy on it. That's called laden, man. You cover it all up, man. So when you talk about the 12 tribes of Israel, they're laden with iniquity, man. It's like you took a cup of wickedness and you poured it all over them, man. So you spend 2-3 years within this truth and you're calling yourself righteous, man. You don't even know what righteousness look like, man. You don't even know what righteous conduct smells like, man. Okay? So to the end that what the scripture is fulfilled, that our righteousness is as filthy rags. Okay, so the book of Revelations 2 and 25, it says, "For that which ye have already, which is what? The word of the Most High." Okay, the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures and the different things that's contained within the Bible, okay, that's what the Most High bestowed upon you. But see, just because you understand the scriptures, again, don't mean you believe, okay, because to be the test, which is the test of how much you really believe, okay, that's going to be the proving whether you're a vessel unto honor or a vessel unto dishonor, okay. But that which you have already, hold fast until I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. So you got to overcome yourself. Remember the scripture says that he that cometh unto me, okay, and does not love his mother or his father or his grandmother or his granddad or his uncle more than me, he is not worthy of me, man. Okay, if you love those different, you got things in life, right? You know, music, you might like music, but see, if you like music to the end that music, okay, has it to where you don't push this word, well, guess what? That you like that music more than you love the Lord. Okay, and that's what the scripture was saying. If you love those things that you have within your life more than you love the Most High, you weren't worthy of it. Meaning to say, when the test was going to come, whether you have to pick between your children or your house side, man, that's supposed to be an easy one. I mean, it's not an easy decision. Well, it really is. It's an easy decision when you think about it, just on a logic sense. Okay, because the Lord could give you more children. All right, the Lord could give you more. Whatever He takes away, He could give it to you in a multiple. But see, when you're actually put in place within that particular situation, that's when you're gonna know whether you are a believer or unbeliever. Remember when we talk about the story of Abraham? Okay, Abraham was put through the ultimate test. He had his own. I believe he was the firstborn. I have to remember the story now, but I wouldn't be I don't think I'm too far if I say, okay, pretty much that was Isaac was born when Abraham, okay, was up in age, okay, and that was the only child that they had. Okay, I have to remember the story, but I think that's how the story goes. Pretty much Abraham was up in age and his woman was up in age, okay, and they had their child, and what did the Lord say unto him? He said,
how you doing?
He pretty much said, unto that child, the Lord said pretty much, you got to sacrifice that child. And Abraham just had to go with it. And the Lord said unto him, because of your belief in me, because of your belief in my word, man, I'm going to give you all of these different things, man. But see, that's why the scripture's saying what it's saying here. But that which ye have already, hold fast until I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, okay, to overcome the particular test that you're going to go through, okay, whether, you know, and it's a test of belief. Like I said, you got money in your pocket. Look, my belief is easy because, hey, the scripture says that money answereth all things. Right, so you might have to be put through a particular test, and you might have a job where you're getting paid, but the Most High will put certain situations in your life where you're just like, I don't even know where the money is going. That's when you can have a certain amount of belief, it's quote unquote, when you get through the test. That's how you know how much you believe when you get through those particular tests. And should you overcome, that's when the glory and the gift was going to be present. Okay, so it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Okay, continuing, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. Okay, so the Most High said it to what? Set it up to where what? Okay, if you was going to overcome the different tests, okay, you was going to pass those time tests, the time trial, of which, when you really think about it, man, you might have the coolest dude, and your coolest best of friends, you click like, you know, I don't know, marmalade and peanut. Okay, you're good. Okay, but over time, you might have it to where this person turns out to be flaky. That's not no real friend. Okay, and the same thing could be applied to this truth. When you go to where a guy comes in and he's on fire for the first year, okay, and in the second year, he's kind of less on fire and so on and so forth, that's not a guy you want to be, that's not a guy that's overcoming, man. That's not a guy that's passing the time, the test that you have, which is the test of time. That's not a guy that's passing that test. He's failing that test because over time he's proven to be unworthy. Now, if you have a particular individual that goes from strength to strength and he's getting stronger as the years go by, gets better, like LeBron James, he gets better as the years go by. Okay, that's a person that you can say, okay, he's passed the time test. But the same thing could be applied onto what? Onto the truth. Okay, when you pass the time test, which is the real test, okay, the duration you can enjoy within this truth, that's when you're gonna be like, okay, that's the man of the Lord. Okay, that's why we say we're the hopeful elect, because we don't know what test you're gonna be put through for tomorrow. Now you pray, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Ra, so you're gonna make it through, but you don't know what test the Most High is gonna put you through on tomorrow. Okay, the Most High can have you, breathe. The Most High can take your legs, man. That's how terrible, and he could be justified in doing so based on the wickedness that you did when you was in the world. Okay, that's how terrible this thing is, and you still have to come out here and push this word. You might have to roll out to the camp with a wheelchair, whatever, man. Okay, the word was still gonna have to go out so that what? So that it could be said that you endured unto the end. Okay, going back onto the book of 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, it says, and the 5th verse, it says, Behold, saith the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So this is what's coming out. And a lot of people are in the mentality that nothing's just going to happen, man. It's going to be fine. Okay, and you're going to see how all the Lord's where I get to finish all of these precepts. But you're going to see how all of these precepts link up. Because what was the premise? The premise was America, okay, which is going to be named as Assyria within this particular precept. And also it's going to go into the Carmanians, which is the Iranians. And what does the scripture say? The Lord said that He's going to bring plagues upon the earth. Now, when you go to the book of Zechariah 14 and 12, it says, this shall be the plague wherein all people that fought against Jerusalem shall be basically, they're going to get gone. Okay, and the scripture says that what? They shall stand upon their feet, and their flesh shall consume away whilst they stand upon their feet. This is the plague that's known as the ICBM nuclear missile. Now you got some crazy people out here saying basically that's been made up. No, man, those instruments of war, okay, those particular instruments of war was created, okay, to this express intent that this man Esau was going to be destroyed. He was going to be destroyed by fire, man. Okay, so those weapons exist, man, and they exist to the end of the Lord. To the end of what the Lord said may be fulfilled. Okay, He was going to bring plagues upon the world. Okay, now let's read about those plagues. The book of 2 Ezra, the 16th chapter, okay, and the first verse, it says, woe unto Babylon, which is America, okay, and Asia, and woe unto the inhabitants of Egypt and Syria. Okay, and those are like ancient names, but it's really applying to like different places that you go out here right now. Okay, so it says, gird up yourselves with sackcloth, let me read that again. It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Okay, bewail your children. Be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. And this is really the message, man. You got a whole bunch of people that come up to the camp and say, what's this all about? Well, the message is simple, man. Destruction is coming to this place, and salvation is coming unto the children of Israel. That's basically it. The natural question following off of that is what? Okay, what do I have to do to be saved? Well, where does your line go back to? Okay, pursuant to the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, going on down. Okay, when you go to the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, it says it plainly. Here it is, you got a whole bunch of people that think Paul opened out the blessings of the 12 tribes of Israel unto